guys, what's up? Ragtter here, welcoming you back to the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. It has been quite a while and I do apologize for that, but I do have more boosters to crack with you today. Now, I have a lot. Take a look-see here. We got a whole bunch that I won from a recent big tournament, and it'll take me forever to open all these in one sitting. So instead, I'm going to open the 2 Roaring Skies boosters and the 6, that's right, 6 Fates Collide boosters just for you today. And then hopefully by the next time I record one of these, we'll have some more relevant boosters to crack. So, let's get right into the show, shall we? Alright, Roaring Skies. There's something I've been needing for you for quite a while. Give it to me. I need it. And it is not that, but I'll take it. Hello. Hydreigon EX with 180 HP, with the ability Dragon Road. If there is any Stadium card in play, the retreat cost of each of your Dragon-type Pokemon in play is 2 less. So Hydreigon here, I almost said Dragonite. Hydreigon here only has 1 retreat cost, that's really good. And Shred for 1 Psychic, 1 Darkness, and 1 Colorless. Does 80 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So honestly, not the best, but I think the main reason to use this Hydreigon is to have it sit on the bench and then shuffle around your other dragons that much easier. Although, maybe there's an ability that would be detrimental to Shred, but hey, who knows. Very, very cool card art though. Very, very, very pleased we have a full art. Look at that. Always nice to open those. Then we also have Togetic with 80 HP for a reverse holo. And Go Fetch. Shuffle 3 energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. And Fairy Wind for 40. Not an outstanding card. It's got Middle Child Syndrome. Neat card art though. And then we have a Rayquaza Spirit Link. Your turn does not end if the Pokemon this card is attached to becomes Mega Rayquaza EX. Spirit Link cards are absolutely 100% essential if you're going to be running Mega Evolution Pokemon, because otherwise, evolving your Mega Evolution Pokemon halts your momentum completely. You might not even get to use it if your opponent is prepared enough. These Spirit Links circumvent that entirely, so pretty pleased to have that. Then we have Gliscor with 90 HP and Rock Slide. This attack does 20 damage to 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So, actually, that number there is deceptive. It says 20 for the base, but you're actually doing 60 damage spread out over 3 Pokemon. And it only costs 1 colorless energy, so you can have anything attached to this, and you can use that attack. Pretty okay actually, considering the prevalence of Night March out there, and the fact that one of the Night March users, Joltik, is weak to Fighting-type Pokemon. So the Fighting-type Gliscor will be able to do lots of damage to it with that. Wait. Yeah, okay. So I had to double check there. Joltik has 30 base HP. If it's in the active Pokemon slot, this will do 40. Clean knockout. I forgot for a second how much HP Joltik has. Anyway, then we have a Manectric with 90 HP and Random Spark. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon and Bite for 40. Pretty okay, but pretty cool card art. Definitely more of a binder card than a competitive card, but I like it nonetheless. And then we've got a Scheming Inkay. Of course, we're only going to look at the art for the top row. Stealing from a poor beat-up Meowth. That's so mean. Then we got a very happy little Fletchling flying over... Oh, which city is that from X and Y? I can't remember, but it's the one that's connected by the train. That's the train station. I'm pretty sure? Or is that like... I can't remember. Then we have some goofy-looking Shuppet just hanging out, maxing, relaxing. To be honest, this looks like the life right here. Chilling by the beach with your bros. Love it. Then we've got some Execute, who are not just chilling with their bros, but being harassed by a Spearow. And some very pleased-looking Wingull, just having a grand old time. Anyway, come on, Roaring Skies. That was a nice present, but I need something more. Something good. Something great. Give me that reason to celebrate. That's not it. Also not it. Well, maybe next time. Carbank with 70 HP. and the ability Jewel Armor. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks, both yours and your opponent's. Kind of a selfish ability. I'm not really blown away by it. The thing is, there are lots of attacks that target Pokemon on the bench. We've cracked a few of them from the Roaring Skies boosters as it is. But Carbink just protects itself. Like, what's the point of that? If it doesn't protect your other Pokemon, then it's just taking up a bench slot. I don't really understand it, but maybe it has a use. Now this, on the other hand, this is one of the most deceptively powerful Pokemon in the trading card game. First of all, Altaria has the Delta Evolution ability. You may play this card from your hand to evolve a Pokemon during your first turn, or the turn you play that Pokemon. So as soon as you play Swablu, you can have Altaria, which then gives you access to the Clear Humming ability. Each of your normal type Pokemon, or colorless, has no weakness. That's so huge, because colorless Pokemon almost always have a weakness. Here you can see we've got a few electric type weaknesses, we've got a fighting type one here, and colorless Pokemon tend to be weak to very common types. Not only that, but fighting and electric type Pokemon tend to be among the two types that deal out the most damage. This means Pokemon like Altaria would be in a severe amount of risk, but this ability makes it so that they can stick around much longer. Mega Rayquaza and EX decks thrive on having Altaria like this on the bench. They don't function without them. It's so good. I'm a little surprised I've never cracked one before, but hey. How's that for you? Then we have an Executor, so clearly evolved from the Execute that we're getting tortured by that Spearow, and now it's out for revenge. With Shake It Off, this Pokemon does 20 damage times the number of normal type Pokemon your opponent has in play. Bit of a direct counter to Altaria, if that did more damage. Actually, let's think about that. With a Sky Field up, your opponent would have 8 Pokemon on the bench, plus 1 in the active slot, assuming that they're all normal types. That's 180 damage. That's pretty good. Excuse me. Especially for 1 Grass-type energy. It's circumstantial, but that's potentially one of the most efficient attacks in the game. Potentially one of the least efficient, but potentially one of the most efficient. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, and Seed Bomb for 80. Then we have Dragonair, with 80 HP and Shed Skin for 1 Grass-type energy, heal 30 damage from this Pokemon, and Slam for 1 Grass, 1 Electric, 1 Colorless. Flip 2 coins, this attack does 60 damage times the number of heads. Middle child card, not too great, but very, very pretty card art though. Fantastic. And then Unpheasant, looking far more proud than it should, because it's got that weird thing on its head, I don't like it. 130 HP and Quick Attack. Flip a coin, if heads this attack does 30 more damage for 1 colorless energy. For 3 colorless energy you get Strong Winds. Shuffle all cards attached to each player's Pokemon into that player's deck. Obnoxious and inefficient. This doesn't really do anything but reset the field. And it resets your field too, so not the best. Very interesting, but I don't think it's the best. Thought about it? Still not too sold. Look at that happy Swablu with the bubbles. That's so pretty. Then we got a Voltorb looking ready to blow up. That's kind of messed up. Voltorb and Electrode lead very sad lives. Then we've got this awesome looking Tailo card. That's cool. That's definitely worth a place in a binder. You got a very happy looking Pikachu running down the street. Oh, he's so cute. And we got a Meowth. Oh, this ties in with that Inkay card. He's about to get robbed. Run, Meowth, run. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. It hurts not being able to open all of these, but these videos take so long, even with just a few boosters. Because I analyze all the cards. Please wait while we... You better have built me something good. And something great. It better give me a reason to celebrate. Please? Alright, here we go. We got Rotom, With 70 HP and Energy Extract, search your deck for a basic energy card and attach it to this Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterward for 1 electric-type energy. And Plasmagic, move 2 damage counters from each of your Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. Potentially pretty good. It's definitely like more of a starter card than it is a competitive one. Something you put into your electric-type deck just to get yourself rolling. But I think this could have potential. I don't know how much potential, but I do like the idea of it. Pretty neat. Anyway, then we have Dome Fossil Kabuto. Look at the bottom 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Kabuto you find there and put it onto your bench. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. I'm pretty sure that's not Kabuto, but just a literal horseshoe crab. But whatever, who am I to judge? I'm not an archaeologist. But anyway, so these fossil cards are the only way to get fossil Pokemon into play. So if you're going to be running those, having this is absolutely essential. Bit of a weird circumstance to have, looking at the bottom 7 cards of your deck, but there are cards that let you arrange your deck, so. Here we are. Power Memory. The Zygarde EX this card is attached to can also use the attack on this card. You still need the necessary energy, and that attack is All Cells Burn. For 2 fighting and 1 colorless and 200 damage. Discard 3 energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack will knock out virtually every other Pokemon in the game, with one major exception being Wailord EX and Mega Evolution Pokemon. It's pretty high amount of damage. And all it costs is this tool card and 3 energy. So, pretty good for picking up KOs, but I don't know how much longevity it has. I actually admittedly haven't been following any Zygarde EX decks, so I don't know if they're performing well or not, but very interesting idea nonetheless, very cool. Then we have a Loudred with 90 HP, with Smash Kick and Stomp. Flip a coin if heads, this attack does 40 more damage. Very much a middle child card, nothing special here at all. But the card art's very neat. Then we have the weird dog form Zygarde, with 90 HP and Lookout. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon, and Aura Break. If the defending Pokemon is a Fairy or Dark-type Pokemon, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. Now this is potentially very disruptive. Fairy-type decks, pretty powerful. Dark-type decks have always been prevalent. So this card right here can potentially put a major stop to Yveltal EX decks. One problem it has is the energy cost is weird. A fighting type and a double colorless means that it will take 2 turns to get the setup. But this could present a big problem for your opponent depending on what they're using. If they're not using either of these though, then it's dead weight. Also, I'm pretty sure Yveltal EX resists fighting type. So it'll take a lot to knock it out, but at least it wouldn't be able to fire off attacks. Then we've got, I love this coughing art. I want to hang this on my wall. It's just very well done and it's very pretty. Especially since it has a coughing as the subject. Hard to associate coughing with prettiness, but hey, everything has its own beauty. Then we've got this little schnabel who's in trouble for breaking a vase. Aw, my dogs used to do that. We got a chubby little Minccino just having the time of its life. This Duosion, or the Solosis rather, messing with that poor Shelder. You leave Shelder alone, you monster. And then we've got this eyesore of a Gothita card. I really dislike this card art. There's just too much visual noise going on in there, but hey, what do I know? Please wait while we stop building my packs and just give me the cards that I want. Ooh, 2 rares. We get... Oh, and I accidentally opened that too quickly. But we get a Bronzong with 100 HP. Prevent all effects of your opponent's attacks, including damage done to your benched Pokemon. This is what I meant before. If Carbink had an ability like this, then it would be pretty good. But it doesn't. Bronzong does. And it has Guard Press. During your opponent's next turn, any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 20. So honestly, having cards that can protect the Pokemon on your bench, it's never a bad idea. The idea being that the Pokemon on your bench typically are either weakened, not evolved yet, or important to your setup in some way, like that Altaria we opened before. So you want them to not be knocked out and taking damage. Bronzong here will protect them, so that kind of spot, always worth it to have in your deck. Then our second rare, and a reverse holo, is Mothim, with 90 HP, and Wormadam first, as often as you like during your turn. Before you attack, you may move one damage counter from one of your Wormadam to another one of your Pokemon. Ugh. I guess if you really, 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 really like Wormadam, but I don't see how that's competitive at all, but hey, what do I know maybe. Anyway, then we have the Chaos Tower. Choose which way this card faces before you play it. On the bottom we have this player's Pokemon can't be asleep or paralyzed, and on the top, this player's Pokemon can't be confused or poisoned. So essentially, you pick the status effect that your deck doesn't dish out, and then you hand it to your opponent, right? Or you keep that for yourself. Because you want your opponent to either be taking your paralysis or your sleep, or you want to be able to confuse and poison them. This can also be an effective means of putting a stop to, I think it's in expanded now, but Hypnotoxic Laser. You can stop the toxic damage from racking up, so that's a pretty good card. I'm pretty pleased with that, actually. Then we have the Mega Catcher. Switch one of your opponent's benched Mega Evolution Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. Like I was saying before, benched Pokemon typically want to be getting set up, and Mega Evolution Pokemon on the bench probably need a lot of energy for their attacks, or you're trying to save them from taking more damage so they don't yield 2 prizes. This Mega Catcher, pretty interesting way to turn the tide in your favor, but you gotta be careful it doesn't bite you as well. I like this card. I like this card a lot. Also, it's a Pride card. Look at that rainbow. Then we have Braixen, who made it into Pokken, with 80 HP and Destructive Flame. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon for 20, and Crackling Ribbon for 30. It's another middle child card, but at least it's an okay one. It'll fit well into a Fire-type deck revolving around Delphox. And then we have... I hate Binacles so much. And why are they fighting over a bra? I know it's a piece of seaweed, but why are they fighting over a bra? They're just gross. They're disgusting little monsters. I hate them. I hate this Pokemon. Then we've got a very tough-looking Meowth. He's not going to get mugged like that other Meowth. Yeah. And then we have another Minccino. Oh, it's cleaning up its little spoon collection. That's adorable. Oh, I want to give it a hug. Then we got those Burmy everyone liked so much earlier. Its attack is literally hang down. How dumb can this Pokemon be? And then we've got Fennekin. I like this card art a lot, actually. Would look very nice in a binder. And... they're building my packs. I've never seen that loading message before. That's very strange. Oh-ho! We get this time... Ooh! Umbreon EX! With 170 HP. And Veil of Darkness. For 1 colorless energy and dealing 20 damage. Discard as many cards as you like from your hand, then draw that many cards. That's an interesting little tool. The real reason you use this Pokemon is for its next attack, but having options is never a bad thing in the Pokemon trading card game. So I think Umbreon gets bonus points for that. Then we have Endgame. If your opponent's Mega Evolution Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, take 2 more prize cards. That's 4 prize cards that you're taking. 2 because it's a Pokemon EX, 2 because of this endgame attack. So the trick that you would run is to run Umbreon EX, I would imagine, in a deck more akin to using Crobat to deal indirect damage, Mega Alakazam maybe to do the same thing, and then to finish off your opponent's big heavy hitters with Umbreon EX to take over half of their prizes in one attack. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited to be able to play with this card. Very happy that I cracked this indeed. And look at that art too. That's stunning. That's a gorgeous card. Love it, love it, love it. Very, 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 very happy with that pull. Then we have Whimsicott just chilling out for a reverse holo, 90 HP, and Light Steps. Move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your benched Pokemon. 40 damage. Nothing really too special here, but hey, that's okay. Now here we have an interesting card. De-Evolution Spray, or Devolution Spray. Devolve one of your evolved Pokemon and put the highest stage evolution card on it into your hand. This card was created specifically with Alakazam EX and Mega Alakazam EX in mind. Also with Crobat and Golbat in mind. Because evolving these Pokemon, and Mega Evolving, in Alakazam's case, causes them to deal damage to your opponent's bench. The Devolution Spray adds a lot of versatility to that strategy by making it viable. Seriously, previously, in order to get this strategy done, you would have to rely on cards like AZ to pick up your hand, or to pick up the cards and put them into your hand. But AZ was a supporter card. Devolution Spray is just an item card, so if you use these in conjunction, it'll be very hard to shut down your deck. Very powerful, very good in their strategies. Then we have a Wigglytuff, a surprisingly complex Wigglytuff text, 100 HP with Expand. During your opponent's next turn, any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 30, base 30 damage, and Double Slap. Flip 2 coins, this attack does 60 damage times the number of heads. Just an average card, but it's got very cute card art. Very neat. Then here we have a random receiver getting reprinted from the old black and white days. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until you find a supporter card, put it into your hand, shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Pretty decent way of deck thinning, nice way to get an extra supporter card, and it's deck shuffling, so you can get better draws. Not really a downside to having one or two of these in your deck, unless you don't run very many supporter cards. But good nonetheless, I would recommend it heartily. Then we've got a Spinning Bronzong. Again, very active card art for a Pokemon you don't really expect to move that much. The chubby little Minchino having the best time ever. The Portrait coughing. Fennekin having a race with Chikorita. So cute. And then, very interesting Snivy painting. I like this a lot. I like the flowers. Very pretty. Alright, here we go. Building our pack again. Seriously, I'm caught off guard because I've never seen that loading before. Ooh, we got 2 rares this time. Rare number 1. And rare number 2. Alright, so I'm very, very happy we pulled this Carbink and not the other one. Anyway, let's take a look at Marowak here. Marowak with 100 HP and Bodyguard. Prevent all effects of attacks done to you or your hand by your opponent's Pokemon. Remove any existing effects. So, if I'm correct in how I'm reading this, the best part about this card is the fact that it removes the effect of Seismitoad EX. Seismitoad EX, if you weren't aware, makes it so that when it uses its Quaking Punch attack, you can't use item cards that turn, basically. So the idea is that Seismitoad EX keeps using that attack, and you can't use your item cards. If I'm judging Bodyguard correctly, having Marowak on your bench directly counters this and makes it so that your opponent can't do that. Which is both extremely interesting and very welcome. Seismitoads dominated the meta for a long time. Now, Marowak here also comes with its Bonemerang attack. Flip 2 coins, this attack does 60 damage times the number of heads. Now that tells me a lot. That tells me a whole lot, honestly, that on its own, without a break evolution, they don't consider this Marowak card worth attacking with. Because, think about it. If they wanted you to actively be using this Marowak, they would either give it more HP, or a better attack, actually. One that did consistent damage, one that could get you knockouts, but the way this card is designed, it's very well designed. It tells me that they want this Marowak to sit on the bench, and just the bench, and prevent those effects passively. And I'm okay with that. I haven't seen Marowak break for a long time though, so I can't remember what it does. But maybe it does turn this Marowak into more of an offensive Pokemon, but we'll have to see. Then, Carbink, with 80 HP, and Energy Keeper. Basic energy attached to your basic Pokémon can't be discarded by effects of your opponent's attacks, abilities, or trainer cards. Cards like Team Flare Grunt are debilitating. They can be a huge momentum stopper. Having Carbink on your bench, definitely a worthwhile way to keep your Pokemon's momentum going. I think Raikou especially would appreciate this card effect, and honestly, I'm very pleased that I cracked one of these. I think it has a good slot in a number of decks of mine. Then we have the Kabuto that evolves from that fossil before, and it has Mud Shot for its attack. 80 HP, which is actually pretty good for the speed this card has gotten onto the board. But hopefully Kabutops makes up for that. And then we have a Bent Spoon. Prevent all effects of your opponent's attacks except damage done to the Pokemon this card is attached to. Existing effects are not removed. So there are a number of effects like poison and like paralysis and like sleep that can be prevented by holding this Bent Spoon. It's not the most proactive of items like the Muscle Band, but I think it definitely has its place in the meta. I think it's definitely an interesting card to say the least. Then we have Helix Fossil Ammonite, working the same way as Dome Fossil Kabuto. Look at the bottom 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal an Ammonite you find there, and put it onto your bench. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Again, if you're going to run Ammonite and Amistar, gotta run this. And then we have the Racing Fennekin and Chikorita again. The Bullying Solosis. The Adventuring Party of Jigglypuff. I forget this Pokemon's name. Spoink! That completely escaped my memory for a second there. I'm sorry, Spoink fans. And Snivy, off to face heroic adventure, dungeons, and receive much treasure. And Napping Little Vullaby. I don't like Vullaby's design. I think it's just weird. But, at least in this card, it's kind of cute. And I love this. It looks like a real painting. Well, not that the card wasn't painted, but it looks like it could be a painting in a museum. Just because of how pretty it is. It's so nice and well put together. I love that Riolu card. And now, our next Built For Us pack. Just one rare this time. Oh, but it's Zygarde. With 120 HP, it has Rumble. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn, does 30. And Geostrike. This attack does 10 damage to each of your benched Pokemon, with 120 base damage, 2 fighting type and a colorless. So the idea behind Geostrike is that there are a number of cards that benefit from having damage on your Pokemon. They can redirect it, they can move it, they get more damage from it. Geostrike is a pretty good way of racking up that damage. Pretty safely too, at 10 a pop. Our reverse holo is the Brixen we popped earlier. Then we have the Alakazam Spirit Link, just like the Mega Rayquaza EX Spirit Link. Your turn does not end if the card this Pokemon is attached to becomes Mega Alakazam EX. Excuse me. Again, completely essential for running these kinds of cards in your deck. Then we have Shauna. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 5 cards. I'm tumbling over my words, I'm sorry. Shauna is a pretty good secondary supporter. It doesn't get you the raw draw power that Professor Birch's observations or Professor Sycamore's get you, but it doesn't come with the chance that Professor Birch's comes with, and you don't have to discard cards that you might want with Professor Sycamore. So Shauna's a pretty safe option. You can pretty reliably put 1 or 2 of these into your deck and expect it to do work. Then we have another Bent Spoon. We've got that pretty Snivy with the flowers I like. Larvitar hanging out underground near a lake, which is very weird to me. Are you doubly weak to water? Oh well, whatever. We got the Fennekin with the blazing fire that I would like in a binder. We got the obsessive compulsive Minccino cleaning its spoons, I love it. And the tough Meowth from before. Yeah, we've got to be nearing the end, right? I think we've got 2 more packs after this. I feel like I've been reading forever, that's why I wanted to split this up. Ooh. We have Reuniclus with 90 HP, which is very, very low for a Stage 2 Pokemon. And Link Fusion. If Solosis is on your bench, this attack does 30 more damage. If Duosion is on your bench, this attack does 60 more damage. If Reuniclus is on your bench, this attack does 90 more damage. So we have 40, plus 60 is 100, plus 90 is 190 damage. Now, you do have to stack the bench a bit. So this is kind of a situational card. I don't know how good this actually is, but it's a neat idea, and I think the fact that it exists is pretty cool. I have yet to see this competitively used, but I kind of hope that it does get played at least once, just to see. Just to see. Then we have 2 copies of the Altaria Spirit Link, one for our Reverse Holo, one... Wait, that is a Reverse Holo, right? Yes, it is. And then 1 plain card. And of course, your turn does not end if the Pokemon this card is attached to becomes Mega Altaria EX. Then we have another Power Memory. And we have the last special. Draw a card for each of your opponent's benched basic Pokemon. This card, pretty good against Raikou decks, pretty good against Night March decks, and pretty gosh darn good in the beginning of the game, where evolutions haven't kicked off yet. Not the best supporter card in the game, but situationally useful. I like it. And then we have Minccino, another Carbink. Actually, now, I mean, not taking damage from Pokemon EX is okay, but it doesn't do enough damage to make up for it, so it's okay. Definitely neat little tech card, though. The Torturous Solosis. A gang of Katini. Look at them being too adorable for words. And the adventuring party of Jigglypuff, Snivy, and Spoink. So that's all my Fates Collide boosters for now. Next time, we will have the Breakpoint, Breakthrough, Furious Fists, Primal Clash, and some treasure chests. Assuming that I don't trade these 5 boosters for something else, because I might be able to get something for them. But we shall have to see. But if you have enjoyed this, then please let me know with a like and a comment down below, telling me just how much fun you've had, and let me know which card we cracked was your favorite. And also, is there a card in this set that you're particularly pining after yourself? Until next time, be sure to take care and have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. I apologize at the end there, I'm starting to get a bit congested. Allergy season is in full effect, but hopefully next time, my medicine will have kicked in. So until next time, guys, be sure to take care and have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Come on, Chad. Use your thinky brain. I went for Draco Meteor.
Use your thinky brain. Please sucker punches. Well, why are you Draco Meteor?